a kickboxer, a boxer, multiple martial artist. We're here with the former ISKA, WKA, WKF world champion from North Hollywood, California, by way of Chester, Pennsylvania. Let's give it up
Sure.
for the most dangerous woman in the world, Fredia, the Cheetah Gibbs.
Hey, you guys, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. That was a pretty cool intro. I like that.
What was your upbringing?
Grew up in very humble beginnings. Grew up in Chester, Pennsylvania. It's a 5 mile radius, consists of nothing but projects, and it's the first city in Pennsylvania. You dig? So we grew up very poor, but we didn't know we were poor. So we grew up happily poor, just to keep it real. Kids, we don't look at materialistic things. But then I started getting bullied. I got bullied because I had an athletic body. I didn't know why I had an athletic body. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I didn't even know I had an athletic body until other people started teasing me and telling me I had an athletic body. That makes sense? But, sometimes bullies can have some bad DNA. And then again, they could be having a bad situation at home in which they're being bullied and they don't know how to express themselves. That's why martial arts would be very good for bullies and people who are being bullied. And a lot of people will be different today, better people today, I feel. But what happened was I got bullied a lot. So my uncle, he was a martial art instructor. And what he had done is learned that I was being bullied a lot. I was running because I was a runner. That's why they called me the Cheetah. They didn't call me the Cheetah because I was super fast. They called me the Cheetah because I was running from them damn bullies. See, my uncle came to me. I'll never forget when he learned that I was being bullied. He came to me. He said, hey, look, he put his arm on my shoulder. Here I am, like 10 years old, 11 years old. I'll never forget this. He put his arm around on my shoulder, and we were walking. And he said, so I heard that you're being bullied a lot. He said, listen, you can't continue to run all your life, Fredia. I heard about your story. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and introduce you to karate. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. He was like, this is not about fighting. This is about rebuilding your self-confidence. This is about rebuilding your self-esteem. This is about rebuilding you. You know what I mean? And it all made sense. And I was like, well, what does self-confidence mean? Because I'm only like 10, 11 years old. I didn't know. You know what I mean? That was the first time I ever heard that word before. You did? I was like, what's self-confidence mean? Right. So what we done, we went to the library. My uncle was so cool back then. He was like cool. Back there in the 70s and 80s and 90s, they was super fly. Back in Jim Kelly, Bruce Lee days, they was dope. Oh, I mean, they was fly. Anyway, so we went and got the book, the dictionary, and we opened it up. And that was my first time even looking at the dictionary. You know what I mean? And it says self-confidence. What's your definition of self-confidence, Mama?
Strength or perseverance. Being able to pull through anything that life throws at you, no matter how long it lasts, how hard it is. Just knowing that no matter what, like you can get through it. You don't need somebody else to get you through it because you can get through it.
That's right. Self-confidence is having faith. Having faith in the God that brought us in this world and having the faith in the God that's within you. Because we're all great now. It's just a matter of who's going to activate the power within or not. You dig? We're all great, but we got to activate the greatness. We got to shake it up. You feel what I'm saying? My uncle and I, what we used to do, which was really, really cool, we used to spar every Saturday for 1 hour. So the name of the game is for me to get the key, unlock the door, and walk out the building. But I had to get past him. He and I fought for many years. And I'm going to tell you, he coached the heck out of me. He taught me how to aim for liver shots, kidney shots, groin shots. He taught me all the weak areas. I knew about ankle locks way before ankle locks came along. And I later learned, team, that he was using me as an experiment because he later became a doctor, but I was his experiment. How you can convert someone who was totally lost their self-confidence, their self-esteem, who had thought even about committing suicide. You hear me? Just a young child. I know that I wasn't the only young child then, and I know that I'm not the only one today. You dig? Because those who have committed, I know where they've been because I've been at that level. They need to find someone to help them build their confidence because they're super great. They're really great.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill your greatness. That's what the enemy wants. Does that make sense to you? That makes sense. That's what the enemy
Absolutely.
wants. Now imagine had I killed my greatness. I wouldn't have a 7-foot bronze statue coming. I wouldn't have made history. Wouldn't be impacting the kids around the world. Now imagine if I had killed God's gift.
First of all, I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
Number one.
Just got to keep it real.
It's like if you had to pick one, right? This made me think. If you had to pick a spirit animal, what would your spirit animal be?
My spirit animal would be a cheetah, champ. Got to be a cheetah. But no. Realistically, it would be an eagle. An eagle. Eagles encounter more storms than you can ever imagine, and they anticipate them now. It's like they anticipate the storms, and when the storms come, you know what the eagles do? They wait for it to come, and then they springboard off it, boom, and go to the next level. You dig? That's dope. That is dope.
Do you think that we're going to start seeing another boom of popularity in traditional martial arts coming, or do you think it's still heading towards MMA?
No, we're going to see a combination. Keep in mind, let me share this with you, and this is where people who are not in the fight world should open their minds, okay? And this is where growth comes in. Mixed martial arts is martial arts. You understand? It is. It all is. You know, actually, it's all combat. You know, but martial arts, mixed martial arts is martial arts. I've seen so many great boxing champions get smashed by martial artists. That's why I'm so happy to see that the world's favorite, USA's favorite, and I'm like a super fan of hers, Clarissa Shields, has decided to make the transition to mixed martial arts, but I'm excited that she is being smart about it. And when I say being smart about it, she is going and she is learning how to utilize her hands, her feet, with her hands. Am I making sense to you? Now that's smart. And learning for some time, like spending a year at it before she jumps in that cage. That's smart. You dig? Just being a boxer, just jumping in the cage with a mixed martial artist, that's not smart. Because what boxers fail to realize that us martial artists, we use 8 weapons. You only use 2. You dig? So there's a difference. Every fight I've had, I had to fight for my life. I want to tell you something. So I know how Jack Johnson feels. Okay? And I'm telling you, I had to fight for my life. And the girls that I fought, they were some bad girls. I'm letting y'all know right now.
Yeah.
But I had to fight for my life. So anyway, there was a 99% chance that she was going to get knocked out anyway. I'm in the process of signing a production deal with a well-known production company here in Los Angeles for a feature film and much more. You know, I'm very excited about it. And we have a very well-known actor who's going to star as my uncle, and that information will be divulged very, very soon. I'm very excited about that. As well as having a well-known actress who's going to star as me. So this is going to be dope, man. This is going to be dope stuff. We are excited.
That's right.
So really excited
about
that.
The good thing is that you get your flowers while you can still
Thank you.
smell them, you know?
That means so much to me.
You deserve
it. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. It really does. And just having this interview with you guys, it's like happy. It's like a celebration. We're celebrating. So it's really special to me. You know, so I was certainly looking forward to it. And we got to do this again.
This has been another edition of the Bing Zang Zoom Podcast. We'll see you next time. Farewell. Follow Bing Zang Zoom on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all major podcast outlets.